The sky is a harsh bright red. You're standing on a piece of rock about 50 feet wide and stretching forward for about 200 feet. The dirt scattered over the rock is dry and lifeless. The edges of the stone drop away to the red of the sky in all directions. Overhead and below, you see floating rocks similar to what you're standing on dotting the sky in all directions. You cough as your lungs try to breathe the harsh, dry air. Miss Porter stands nearby, no longer dressed in regular clothing. She's wearing a brilliant yellow robe covered in runes and holding a staff made of blue glass. All 10 of your classmates are there as well, but they're now garbed in an assortment of shiny plate mail and other armor. Many of them are holding swords and crossbows. Poppy is the only one who looks almost exactly the same as she looked in the classroom. The addition of a white flower in her hair is the only difference. Look at myself, look at the landscape, ask Poppy, where are we? Well, I mean, literally the demon realm, so look at myself. You're shocked to see that you're wearing your bedclothes. You look ridiculous, and many of the other students point and laugh at you. Miss Porter seems embarrassed for you and comes over. You're out of practice, she says softly. Just ignore the others. 5 years is a long time. Concentrate. You can do it. You focus on your clothes morph to change in what you've been wearing in the classroom. It takes some effort, but you manage to keep them from changing too often. Miss Porter gives you an encouraging pat on the shoulder. Miss Porter starts walking, and the students follow. When everyone reaches the end of the narrow stone platform, she waves the group forward. One by one, the students jump down to a larger rock platform below. It's about 15 feet, but the students land without injury. Let's jump. You drift down slowly, as though sinking in water. You land lightly on a much larger stone platform that looks large enough to hold a small village the size of Elmvale. Rocky protrusions and uneven, twisting hills fill the area. You see that the students who jumped first are holding their weapons and standing in combat stances. A wide-eyed, pudgy demon stands transfixed before them. It's about 4 feet tall, has yellow horns on its head, and a pair of stubby, leathery wings poke out of its back. Step aside, Miss Porter says as she pushes forward. Okay, I have him now. Release him, Daniel. You see that one of the students in the group, who must be Daniel, has a very stern look of concentration on his face. He relaxes his mental grip as Miss Porter takes over. The pudgy demon turns its gaze to the teacher, still standing transfixed. Seems to have a Taylor scale of around 2.5 or so. Samson, your turn. You want this one? A short, handsome boy steps forward and raises his hand. He concentrates as he looks at the demon, then shakes his head and steps back from it. Samson declines. Miss Porter says ritualistically, Taro, are you ready? Sure. You don't have a clue as to what you're supposed to do. The pudgy demon looks towards you, and Miss Porter releases her control. You feel something grab hold of your mind and pull your eyes forward. Sweat beads on your skin as the demon grins. You find that you can no longer control yourself. You turn towards the other students and ball your hands into fists. Thoughts of striking, biting, and kicking them fill your mind. Needed to be a demon summoner. Wow, okay, I guess I'm not a demon summoner. The pressure in your mind is suddenly gone, as are the violent thoughts, as Miss Porter takes control of the demon again. Too soon, Taro, she says. Who's next? Poppy? Poppy nods as she steps forward. You watch as she raises a hand the same way Samson did, and concentrates. The wide-eyed demon's eyes open even wider. Miss Porter lets go of her mental grip, and Poppy takes over. Poppy walks forward and reaches her hand directly toward the demons. You see that there's a glowing demon stone embedded in its chest. You watch as Poppy takes hold of the demon stone. Tell me your name, demon, Poppy says, holding the stone. There's a struggle of will, and the demon answers, Moth. Moth. Moth, I hereby bind you by your name. Poppy says as she pulls the demon stone from the demon's chest. Instead of tearing the demon stone free, your vision seems to double for a moment. You see that Poppy is holding the stone, but another stone is still embedded in the creature's chest, although it is no longer glowing. The teacher nods approvingly as Poppy tells the demon to lie down. It lays down on its stomach, and the class ignores it. The group continues in this way for some time. You realize that you can't tell if 5 minutes has passed or 5 years. It's a disturbing sensation. Your group is forced to jump down from stone to stone many times as you move through the demon realm. It is during one of these jumps down that you find yourself standing face to face with a thick-scaled demon with long talons for hands. You look around and see that only Samson is with you. Miss Porter, Poppy, and the rest of the class are all looking at a second demon in the other direction. The long-taloned demon grins a toothy smile and steps forward toward you and Samson. Attack the creature with my sword. Throw my dagger at the demon. Cast a spell that will wrap the creature in a powerful grip. Pinning itself. Punch the demon's stomach. Shoot. Yep. We're going to wrap it. Spell completes just in time, and you see the mystical band appear around the demon. The moment it appears, it dissipates like smoke, leaving the demon unhindered. You know that you completed the spell correctly. Such a thing shouldn't happen. The demon swings one hand in a wide looping arc. The sharp talons slice through Samson's stomach. You watch as his guts spill out of the open wound. He screams in pain, but the shout is cut short as the demon's other hand slices Samson's throat open. Samson's body falls to the ground, eyes wide open in death. "Retreat!" Miss Porter yells as she rushes forward with her hands outstretched. The bloody talon demon pauses as the Miss Porter engages it. One by one, your classmates vanish. Instinctively, you follow, vanishing from the demon realm. The real world. Oh, Samson's dead. You're back in the classroom now, wearing clothes that you had on before the trip. You see that the other students are also dressed as they were before, and that Poppy is holding the newly created Moth Demon Stone. Looking around, you see that the other students who had claimed new demon stones are also holding them. Samson is standing near Miss Porter. He's alive. Although physically unharmed, Samson is very pale and shaky from the ordeal. "What were you thinking, Taro?" Miss Porter asked. "You're just a projection over there. Your weapons, spells, and body have no substance. It was brave, but stupid. Samson, you have the week off. Your body will need time to heal before you can project yourself back to the demon realm. Now you know how demons feel when their projections are killed inside of our veil. It's not pleasant, but it's not permanent. Class dismissed." Leave the room, ask him how he's doing. Ask the teacher, is there no way to fight demons while planeswalking? "No," Miss Porter says. "The only way to make a projection of their anchor stone. The only way is to make a projection of their anchor stone. Once you have done so, and you're holding the newly made demon stone, then you can take control of the demon. Demons are immortal, and nothing can kill them." Everyone files out of the room. Although Samson moves slowly, you're exhausted from the trip. Let's sneak into the High Chancellor's private room. You find yourself with the same task that Jess had the last time you were in Vernex. The conclusion of their search had been a disaster. They were caught by Zuzak and given to Selena for torture. You hope that you have better luck than they did. Trick a servant into telling me where Zuzak's private chambers are. Ask the administrator for a map of the complex. We'll do that. The administrator that you got your schedule from doesn't have a map to hand you, but he has a map on his desk. He points to the classrooms and mess hall, but instead you search for the High Chancellor's room. It's clearly labeled, and you know exactly where to go. Although you thought you might have to sneak in, you find that the hallways are unguarded. This is further proof that the rumor that Zuzak is no longer at the consortium is true. The other rumor, that he's building a fortress held aloft by flying demons, might still be nonsense, but it's becoming increasingly apparent that the planeswalkers of Vernex are not a part of Zuzak's plans. His murder of your parents and the destruction of your kingdom was his doing alone. You find yourself standing at the door to his private quarters. Although he isn't inside and the hallway is deserted, the door is still locked tight. Pick the lock, melt the hinges off the door, smash the door. We'll try to pick the lock. It takes you a very long time, but you eventually manage to pick the lock. Devices +5. Cool. What is my devices at anyway? Where's that? Up here? The fuck is devices? Devices. I'm at 8%. Oh, okay, so the only devices that I have are the 5 that I just got and the 3 I get from my ring. Alexander Zuzak's private quarters are very luxurious, as befits the High Chancellor of the Consortium of Planeswalkers. You see that all the furniture is covered in dust, confirming your suspicion that he hasn't been here since unleashing the demons, Kagur and Bozar back in Tornasa. Wasting no time, you search the rooms. The wardrobe is filled with clothes, and the writing desk is full of papers, but despite all of this, the room seems very sterile. Anyone could have been living here. The bed is made, the chamber pot is thankfully empty, and the table is clear of food set for a meal with clean utensils. You aren't sure what you expected to find. Needed 60 perception or 2 levels of thief or 1 level of seer. Search the writing desk with extra care. Search the bedroom, search the bookshelf, search the wardrobe. Let's search the bookshelf. You're close to giving up when you find a book that seems out of place. Most of the books are histories and adult fiction for a single children's book. Except for a single children's book. You open the cover and see an inscription. Happy birthday, Lachlan. Love, Mom and Dad. The story is about a young boy who goes on many adventures. The pictures are bright and colorful. The artist used many round curves to make every scene extra childish. If the book hadn't been so out of place in Zuzak's quarters, you would have never looked at it. About halfway through the book, you see something special. A drawing depicts a smiling boy standing upon the tower of Flying Castle. Someone wrote something under this picture. We will be together again soon, Lachlan. Further searching of the rooms reveals nothing more. You take the book and leave. Okay, so Lachlan is Zuzak's brother? Let's return to my room and go to sleep. You need to find out who Lachlan was. Perhaps it will help you find a way to stop Zuzak. I'm going to return to my room and go to fucking sleep, damn it. I'm going to return to my room and I'm going to return to my... I want to go to bed. I'm fucking tired. I want... Game, let me go to bed. God damn it. I want to sleep. I'm tired. Let me go to bed. I can't. It's not letting me. I want to sleep. I need the shut-eye. You fucking cockweasel. Alright, fine. I'll fucking discreetly ask about a boy named Lachlan. The next day... Really, the next day, I start asking. I literally went to my room and went to sleep, and then the next day, I start asking about the boy. What is the fucking point of that? I went to bed anyway. It defaults me to going to bed. The next day, you start asking around about the boy. The very first person you ask knows the whole story. Albert says he's been a gardener for the consortium for 40 years and knows Lachlan's story very well, although it's hard to imagine 20 years ago Alexander Zuzak was married and had a son. He wasn't the High Chancellor back then, but he was already a powerful planeswalker and loved his son Lachlan very much. Alright, it's his son, not his brother. The tale is short and tragic. Lachlan was killed by Zuzak's wife when she lost control of her will to a demon that had been too powerful for her to command. His wife was killed by the same demon, and Zuzak found both bodies in their small home in the city. So Zuzak wants revenge on the demon. That's why he did all this shit. Zuzak was inconsolable with grief and didn't speak for nearly a year. Albert says that it was sad, but Zuzak blamed his wife's weakness for the deaths, not the demon. Really? Fucking... What? The gardener wraps up the tale by saying that everyone had been happy when Zuzak stopped mourning over his dead son and poured all of his time into his work as a planeswalker. It was a pleasant surprise when he rose through the ranks to become the High Chancellor of the Consortium. From the rumors you've heard, you suspect that he is currently building his son's flying castle. Is it possible that when he wrote, "We will be together again soon, Lachlan," that he had found a way to bring back his dead son using planeswalking? It's a chilling thought. Return to my room and go to sleep. Again! Again! The days pass quickly as you try to find something that will help you defeat Zuzak. It would be bad enough if he only had Kagur pouring demons into the world to serve him, but with Bozar shielding him, he's completely invincible. The more time you spend with the Consortium, the more you realize that they know nothing of Zuzak's plans. One day, you're pleasantly surprised to see Petra outside one of the buildings on the main street of Vernex. She's wearing tattered overalls and using a large pair of shears to trim back a hedge. Albert, the old gardener who told you Lachlan's story, is standing nearby. Petra looks much different without her metal armor, but somehow she returns her look of superiority. Nice overalls. Good work getting over here. I'm glad to see you. It's about time. We'll say nice overalls. Petra ignores your joke, keeping a serious expression on her face. It's not as prestigious as being a student, but as the gardener's assistant, I can walk all around the compound with no trouble. Petra relationship -2. Fuck off, okay? The dude is literally standing right there. He doesn't need to know we're in cahoots. I've been invited to play cards, Petra says. I can get you into the game, too. It's a mix of students, teachers, and staff. It might be a good way to get some information. Agree to go to the card game. I decline the offer, saying that I have no time for games. We'll go to the card game. You go to the mess hall and are surprised to see nearly 100 people sitting at the tables. Several kegs of beer have been set up, and many people are drinking and laughing. There are decks of cards being shuffled at each table. You and Petra go to the registration table, where you're told the rules of the game and given a table to start at. The game is called Zombies, and you learn that it's played once a month, and everyone in Vernex is welcome to join. The rules are simple, and you have no trouble learning them. The game involves eliminating opponents, and the last person remaining in the game wins the prize. I can't afford it. Don't pay and go back to my room. Fuck it. I want to go back to my goddamn room then. I'll pay and tell you if I hear anything, Petra says. One day, about a week after your arrival, you wake up in the middle of the night full of a terrible pain. Your vision blurs, your skin burns, and you suddenly throw up all over your bedsheets. You struggle to sit up and see blisters growing all over your body. Agility -5, charm -5, endurance -5, perception -5, strength -5, and willpower -30. Wow, what a fucking surprise. It is further reducing my goddamn shit. I have 0 willpower. I don't know how I'm not just committing suicide at this point. I have zero willpower. Do I even want to be living? Is my character like, I got kind of a little bit of endurance. Just a piece of shit. Fuck it, we'll pray for Oriel. You're too weak and can't form the thoughts clear enough to get your goddess's attention. You hear voices in the hall outside your room. With great difficulty, you hobble across the floor. It takes all of your effort to unlock the door and turn the latch. Door swings open and you fall out into the hallway. Lucian's mercy! What's wrong with him? A voice says. Your vision becomes even worse until you can barely see anything at all. Your hands shake violently as the blisters on your skin burst. You can feel warm pus running down the sores as you begin to retch once more. -5 to agility, charm, endurance, perception, strength, and -30 to willpower. Go get a teacher, a second voice says. You feel a hand pull your feet and lead you down the hall. I'm taking him to the knoll, somebody says. You are led outside of the dormitory. You glance over to see who's helping you and recognize that it's Poppy. Oh, Poppy's helping me. Okay. The night is dark and nobody is around. It's dark and full of terrors, and nobody is around to see your sorry state. You see that you're being dragged into a large building that looks kind of like a temple. There are many pillars and statues decorating it. In the center of the building is a very large stone the size of a small house. Standing between you and the stone is a demon that's hunched over onto all fours. It looks more like a large dog than a demon. It snarls at you and Poppy, showing large sharp teeth. Concentrate with all my might, cast a spell to strangle the demon dog, slash the demon dog with my sword, kick the demon dog in the muzzle. I don't know, just fucking kick it. With Poppy holding you upright, you're able to swing your foot out at the demon. Unfortunately, there isn't enough power behind your kick to hurt the demon. Needed 70 unarmed, 50 strength, or 4 levels in monk. How the fuck do you get 4 levels in monk? I only have 3 levels, and it's 2 in wizard and 1 in guard. Fuck off, game. Poppy pulls a demon stone from a rune bag. A demon with many flailing arms appears beside the dog. The arms begin to whip it repeatedly. The demon dog dives at Poppy's demon and tears into it with its teeth. You watch as it shakes the other demon, like a rag doll. Your skin burns even more as new blisters grow under the old ones. Poppy's demon is cast aside in a broken heap. Come on, Poppy says, and drags you quickly past the demon dog. You see the circle has been drawn around a large stone about 2 feet away from it. As you cross the circle, you feel something under your shirt begin to move. A small demon, about the size of a cockroach, squeals in pain and then explodes with a small splat. The moment that it's no longer touching you, new stores stop appearing on your body. The demon dog approaches you, but as soon as it crosses the line, it also explodes with a much meatier splat. Your eyes close and you succumb to the pain of your wounds. Darkness, bullshit, I got infected by a little demon cockroach. Oh, cool, I'm having a dream. The boy is bigger and stronger than you. Mama and Papa said to be nice to him and look after him. He is also older than you, so you aren't sure why you've been given the task of watching him, but you often find yourself having to entertain the children of visiting dignitaries. I'm hungry, the big boy says again. Dinner isn't for another hour, you say. Come on, maybe Frida will have something for us to eat in the kitchen. This appeases your hungry guest. Hungry guest, yes, I'm very hungry. And together you head down into the kitchen. You don't see Frida anywhere when you get there, but you do see several of her delicious pies cooling on the counter. Yummy, the boy says as he proceeds to pick up one of the pies and eat from the edge, without even bothering to cut it. Take a pie and eat it too. Tell the boy to put the pie back. Little boy, stop touching the fucking pie. The boy continues to eat the pie with one hand, grabs you with the other. He's incredibly strong for his age, lifting you there with one hand, kicking feet, catch the board of pies and knock it over, tumbling dozens of pies onto the ground. Although strong, the falling pies cause the boy to lose his balance and slip. You both fall into the pies, getting covered from head to toe in various fruit fillings. It is at that moment that Frida returns to the kitchen. Despite being only a servant and shorter than the boy, she grabs each of you by an ear and drags you through the halls. A minute later, you find yourself standing in the throne room before your parents. Your mother, Queen Jade, is talking to a muscular woman wearing animal pelts for clothing. Your father, King Brand, is drinking ale with a bearded man who has a very large axe strapped to his back. Daria has always had close ties to the mountain people of the Northern Mountains. They were an inspiration of strength and honor that everyone could appreciate. "Oh, Ben," your mother says softly when she sees Frida holding you by the ear with pie filling all over you. Your father and the big man with the axe turned towards you and burst into laughter. You suspect your father is a little drunk, even though it's early in the day. Frida scowls at him, but even her scowl is beginning to crumble as a smile creeps onto her face. "So you found the kitchen, Theo," the mountain man says to the boy at your side. Interesting. So apparently I knew Theo as a kid. You aren't certain if the dream was of a true memory or just a fever dream. You see that you're laying in your own bed once more, although the sheets have been cleaned while you slept. You feel exhausted. The morning light shining through the windows tells you that you have been fighting the sickness the entire night. You feel much better, though, and the blisters are all gone. Sitting on the chair next to your bed is Poppy. She's fidgeting and drumming her fingers on her knees. And I got my shit back. So you're going to live, King Ben, Poppy says with a big smile and dramatic wave of her hands. So you know who I am? Thank you for saving me. You were feverish and babbling all night, Poppy says. Why is the King of Daria taking demonology classes? Realizing that your cover has been blown, you tell Poppy the truth, that you're trying to find a way to stop Alexander Zuzak. You tell her about how Zuzak gave away 3 demon stones in order to weaken the Veil so he could summon Kagur and gain a demon army. You also tell her about Bozar, the first demon he summoned, and how Bozar's shield has made Zuzak invincible. You describe what happened at the end of your war campaign and explain that Tornassa has been razed to the ground. You conclude by saying that you have no idea who tried to kill you. That explains a lot, Poppy says seriously, like a child trying to act like an adult. I didn't buy the whole free demon labor for everyone spiel that was being bandied about. The Consortium has been training planewalkers for hundreds of years, so that only skilled practitioners were summoning demons. Then Zuzak became High Chancellor. He changed our policies, essentially making it look like the Consortium was unnecessary and that anyone could summon demons. How are you going to stop him? I need to find a way to take Bozar away from Zuzak. To make one of those null stones, but it has to be portable. Oh, fantastic. Let's do that. We found the null stone on the island. That's why the Consortium was built here, so it could be studied and learned from. You'll never get Zuzak to come near it. He's too smart for that. I don't know if you can make one that's small enough to carry with you, but if you can, I know how to find out, Poppy says excitedly. The Consortium has only been around for a few hundred years. We learned what we know from the Samreth, but they've been gone for thousands of years. That means that everything we know comes from books, and those books are held in the Master's library. If there's a way to make a null stone you can carry in your pocket, it'll be written in one of those books. Where's the Master's library? Let's go to the library right now. You need to get me into the library. Let's go to the library. I'm surprised that you fooled all of us into thinking you were a senior planewalking student, Poppy says with a shake of her head. You don't know anything, do you? The Master's library is hidden in a pocket dimension that's only accessible by being teleported into it by a demon. The demon has strict orders to only allow graduates to enter. No locks to pick, no guards to bribe, and no walls to tunnel under. I'm afraid that the only way we can get in is by passing the final assignment. There's no need to wait until the end of semester. Like other students, you can take the test at any time, although you only get 2 tries. As for the assassin, that sickness-inducing demon takes time and physical contact to work. You just need to summon a demon to guard you while you sleep so it can't get on you. The assassin was clever, to have placed a second demon near the null stone to try to kill you when you tried to remove the small demon by going there. Oh, you aren't a real student. Are you able to summon a demon to protect you while you sleep? Now that I know what to look for, I can cast a protection spell at night to keep myself safe. Can you summon a demon to watch over me at night? I thought you needed to be a full-fledged summoner. We'll ask her if she can do it. Yes, Your Majesty, Poppy says with a flourishing dramatic bow. Your sleep that night is restless but uninterrupted by any assassination attempts. A knock on your door signals Poppy's return. A second knock, almost immediately after that, makes the 2 of you look up. Petra walks into your room, still wearing her gardening clothes. You introduce Poppy to Petra and vice versa. So what's the plan? Petra asks after the introductions are finished. You and Poppy fill Petra in on recent events. So how are we going to get you to pass what? Oh, how are we going to get you to pass the final assignment? It's the only way we're going to break the Master's library. I will summon Dainda to pass the final assignment. Can we just bribe the teachers? Can you get me a demon stone that will allow me to pass the final assignment? Summon Dainda. Poppy looks down at the stone and laughs out loud. It's so weak. They'll easily believe that you claimed it yourself. But it's not strong enough to get a passing mark on the final assignment. She's right, Dainda's too weak. We're not going to be able to bribe him because I have no fucking money. We'll see if she can, because we have no other goddamn options. Woohoo! Of course I can, Poppy exclaims. Her spiky hair bounces as she speaks. We can use the one I was going to give to Cindy's friend. It's a good one. It takes next to nothing to control the demon bound to it, and I found it myself in the demon realm, so it's unregistered. That's why Graham wanted it so bad. She hands you the stone. You go to the administrators and state that you wish to take the final assignment immediately. The teachers don't seem too surprised when you tell them that you're ready for your final assignment. You suspect that many students take the announcement unexpectedly. Alone, you're taken to a mostly empty room. You see a large book on a stand and an empty pedestal next to it. Some time passes, then 3 teachers enter the room wearing ceremonial robes. Taro Cooperson, one of them intones ritualistically, you may only try the final examination twice, and our records show that your last attempt was unsuccessful. Do you wish to try again today? You agree, and they ask to see the demon stone you will be using. They examine it, and then one of them leaves. You know that they're checking it against the records to make sure it's unregistered. Sometime later, the teacher returns, having registered it under Taro's name. He passes the demon stone back to you. This demon stone is now registered under your name. You have demonstrated your ability to enter the demon realm and claim a demon stone by making a projection of a demon's anchor stone. Please summon the demon. You place your hand on the new demon stone and concentrate. The smell of brimstone fills the air, and then a large, hunched-back demon appears. It has very small eyes, no wings, and scaly dark skin. You state the demon's name as you were told to do, and suddenly feel a pressure in your mind. You hope that your parents and Amos would understand your need to summon a demon after all this time. Your trials and tribulations have given you the strength needed to force your will upon the creature. It takes every ounce of your willpower, but you manage to wrestle it into submission. It makes you wonder what fighting a stronger-willed demon would have been like. Well, if I had my way, my willpower would have been a whole lot stronger. But you can't increase it without fighting the goddamn demons in your own mind, and that requires summoning them. I wasn't going to summon the damn demons because I like my 99 good, 1% evil. Fuck off. Right, make the demon sit, make the demon dance. Demon, who's your master? Don't make the demon do anything. We're going to make it sit. You treat it like a dog, forcing the demon to sit on the floor. The rest of the ritual is very short. You command the demon to return to its own realm, and it does so. You watch the teachers inscribe your name into the ledger and then congratulate you. One of them gestures to a pedestal nearby. Awaken, gatekeeper, the teacher says. There is another name in the ledger of graduates. There's a small pop, and then an imp appears upon the pedestal. It is short and frog-shaped, but it observes you with intelligent eyes. This is the demon who's capable of gating you into the master library. It looks at you and nods slowly. Stop! A voice shouts from the entrance. This man is an impostor! Quickly turn to the imp and say, take me to the master's library. Turn towards the voice and see who's accusing me. This is absurd. I'm Taro Cooperson. It's probably Taro Cooperson and not actually dead, because my perception sucks dick. Take me to the master's library. The demon complies immediately. The gating magic surprises you, causing you to drop the demon stone you'd been using. You feel a great pressure all around you, and then suddenly you're elsewhere. You find yourself standing in a softly glowing cave with twisting tunnels leading in all directions. The lining of the cave looks organic and soft. There doesn't appear to be any torches, but you can see nonetheless, since the walls themselves are radiating a soft light. Wasting no time, you run through one of the tunnels. You hear noises behind you as the teachers use the imp to gate in as well. You hope they don't choose the tunnel you took as you keep running. You skid to a stop when you arrive in a large library. There are hundreds of bookshelves, with books filling all of them. You see a few men and women stand looking at you with surprise. Since only graduates can enter the pocket dimension, they don't seem alarmed at your presence. You rush between the shelves to hide yourself and quickly look through the titles, hoping to find something helpful. Look at the dates of the books and try to find those that took place during the Somrath Wars. Skim the books for place names and try to find those that took place where the Somrath Wars were fought. Skim the books for arcane rites. Randomly search the books for anything promising. Let's just search at random, I suppose. Very little is known about the Somrath, and it has eons since they all vanished, leaving behind their knowledge of demon summoning. It makes searching through their books even more difficult. You spend several minutes trying to find the right book. Needed 85 perception, or 2 levels in Sage, or 4 levels in Bard. The 3 teachers from your final assignment burst into the wing of the library as you're looking for something to help you. One of them gestures at you. A small demon the size of a canary streaks towards you. It pierces right through your shoulder, leaving a bloody hole behind. Health, minus 25. Fantastic. You grab the most promising book, then shout, "Return me." Gained Somrath book. The pressure returns, and you're squeezed back into the world. Instead of returning to the same place you were before, you see that you're in a new room. You recognize it as the Hall of Planewalkers, another building which you previously hadn't been allowed into. A black streak in your peripheral vision tells you that something is coming towards you very quickly. Perception +2. Dodge to the side, brace myself for impact. Let's fucking brace, because dodging won't help me jack shit. You plant your feet and cover your head. Unfortunately, the impact is too great as it smashes into you. Needed 70 strength. Well, I didn't have enough to dodge it anyway. I probably needed more agility, whereas at agility 30, yeah, I was taking damage no matter what. The teacher must have known that this was the exit from the pocket dimension and sent his winged demon here to catch you upon your return. You get back to your feet and see that the demon is twitching on the floor. It must have hit you awkwardly and broken its neck. It disappears with a pop as its mortal production dies, forcing it to return to the demon realm. Run deeper into the building, hoping to find more things which might help me against Zuzak. Run out of the building, knowing that I don't have find many detours. Let's go farther into the building, because fuck it. It's a gamble, but you feel that the risk is necessary. You run past several summoners who give you the same surprised but unalarmed glances that you received when you ran into the Master's Library. They simply don't expect anyone to be there who isn't supposed to be. You rush down a flight of steps and zigzag through the building, knowing that the teachers who are following you are likely gathering help as they go. One of your turns takes you to a large steel door. You aren't certain of what's on the other side, but the fact that it's secured so well makes you think it's important. Pick the lock and open the door. Cast a spell that would teleport me to the other side. Let's do that. Alright, teleportation in the unknown areas is very dangerous and difficult. You consider how to get such a spell and realize that you simply don't know how. Wow, needed 3 levels in Wizard. But I don't have 3 levels in Wizard. Instead, I have 2 levels in Wizard and 1 level in Guard. I could have done that, but instead of the fact that I have 100 magic being able to teach me something, I also need more Wizard levels. I probably also needed more Arcana as well. Some other bullshit like that. The stat system in this game pisses me the fuck off. Let's pick it. Probably don't. Yeah, it needed 80 devices or level 3 in Steve. Wow, okay, let's Steve. Thief. Alright, you leave the vault behind and keep running, cursing yourself for having wasted valuable time. The bright sunlight and blue skies make things even more normal again, but you know that they aren't. As if to prove this, you hear bells sounding in the distance. This alarm is taken up by other posts, and soon the entire city of Vernex is ringing. Did you get it? Poppy asks as she rushes towards you. Fuck no. Poppy looks wide-eyed with nervous excitement. You see that she's wearing a small backpack, and her hair is even crazier than normal. That's interesting. So, am I going to be like, yes, I do have it, and then, like, I'm going to miss a perception check to find my book in my own goddamn bag or some shit like that? Who came to the testing room and told them I wasn't Tara Cooperson? Where's Petra? Where's Petra? Poppy doesn't get a chance to answer as you see Cindy approach with the demon at her side. The demon has flames covering it and floats about a foot off the ground. "The High Chancellor caught you once," Cindy says. "Too bad you shook off my demon. I knew you looked familiar, but it took me a long time to realize I remembered you from. I was at that banquet hall a few years ago when the High Chancellor caught you with his invisible demon. When I figured out who you were, I hoped to hand you over to the High Chancellor covered in boils, bald and puking." Cindy speaks a word, and then you see a small cockroach-sized demon appear. It falls to the floor and scuttles quickly towards you as the fiery demon rushes forward as well. Ignore the demons, run towards Cindy, ignore Cindy, and attack the demons. You try to step on the cockroach-sized demon first, but you miss. It leaps onto your chest, and the fiery demon swings a flaming sword towards your face. Just let the fucking sword cut me in half. Cut the demon with my sword, stab the demon in the face with my dagger, grab the demon's reaching claw and throw it at the ground, cast a spell to slice the demon in half. Let's do that and die. Oh no, it actually did work out this time. You say the words and wave your hand in the sharp downward gesture, being careful not to drop the book under your arm. A blue line runs across its face, and the head split open like a sliced watermelon. Haha, fantastic. I still don't give a shit, though. You grab the cockroach-sized demon from your chest and throw it to the ground, where it splatters and disappears back to the demon realm as well. You look up to see that Cindy has run away. Wow. You're just about to start running again when you see the teachers pour out of the building. There are 6 of them now, and they have at least 20 demons summoned between them. Your delay at the vault has allowed them to catch up to you. You see Petra running towards you from a different street. Can I cast a spell on myself to die? Run, Petra shouts. There are too many of them. You feel a sharp pain in your upper leg as you see a long gray spike sticking out of you. You aren't sure which of the demons struck you with a projectile. Ha! More health gone. Together you run down the street towards the dock. Pacher ends up dying. You barely escape out with Poppy, and then when you get to the end of the game, they're just like, well, fuck you. Okay, together you run down the street towards the dock. In the distance you see a ferry pulling out a lake. Just keep running, give up some speed, but zigzag in order to avoid anything being shot at me. Will myself to go faster. Call on my goddess for help. Let's call on the goddess and see what fucking happens. Needed 2 levels and good priest. Although you feel Uriel's soothing influence, it doesn't give you any more energy. Alright, just keep running then. Endurance. Oh, wow, that's fantastic. Look, my endurance is so nice. I'm fucking Tom Cruise over here. All I know how to do is run away. Poppy leaps the gap and lands in the ferry. Pacher also makes the jump, but I fall flat on my face in the water and drown. By the time you reach the gap, it's uncomfortably large. You have no choice but to jump. You grit your teeth and push off from the ground. You end up smashing your teeth, losing them all, and you retire in the mountains as some dude with only like 3 teeth. One of them happens to be gold and playing the banjo. You land in the ferry and look to the ferryman, who's watching you with eyes wide as the gap widens to the point that jumping is no longer possible. Back on the shore, you see the summoners frantically trying to get a second ferry ready so they can chase you. Others are shouting at the ferrymen, and many of them are using your real name. Oh, you're the Prince of Daria, he says, hearing the summoners speak your name. Actually, I'm the king now. Please, I need to get out of here quickly. Keep going, or I'll feed you the seagulls, 1 chunk of flesh at a time. Pay the man 400 gold. I don't have gold, because I already fucking paid all of my gold. Oh, that's great. Consider cutting the ferryman's throat. I'll give you the money we have. Actually, I'm the king now. Please. Good for you, the ferryman says. Needs 80 charm or 90 citizen reputation. Well, that's fantastic. I'm so glad I actually ended up giving some of my citizen reputation just to make somebody else like me a little bit more. That stopped liking me just a little bit and then liked me a little bit more now. Oh, I'm so glad the Poppy likes me and City fucking hates me. That's fantastic. Again, whatever. Consider cutting the ferryman's throat. I'll give you all the money we have. Let's try to cut his throat. We can't hurt him, Poppy whispers to you as though reading your mind. If we kill him or hurt him, the rowers will stop rowing. The ferryman smiles smugly at this. I don't have any money to give you. What the fuck is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, look, containing no gold. What am I going to say? I'll give you all the money we have. He'll be like, wait, you need a companion to empty your pockets. You have no money at all. Haha. Oh, they have some gold. Okay. Wow, okay, so I'm defaulting to losing relationship with Poppy and Petra because they have to fucking pay the goddamn ferryman? This is bullshit. Seriously, fuck this game. He pretends not to hear the faint cries of summoners calling to them from the shore. The rowers keep rowing under his command. You soon reach the opposite shore. Petra, can you heal me? Pray to Oriel to heal me. Leave my injuries later. Fuck the I'm probably going to ask Petra to heal me. She's going to be like, goddamn, I just paid for that thing. Now I have to heal you. And then it's going to be like, oh yeah, she's going to lose 20, but then it'll be like a default thing like ×3 because she literally just lost it. Also, my relationship with Petra is actually over 100%, and it hasn't actually gone down. So I'm guessing, even though it says 100%, it actually keeps counting, so my relationship with Paige is probably actually up at like 130, and I'm not losing anything. Or maybe after you get to 100, you can't lose anymore. That would be cool, too. You look back and see that the summoners are already halfway across the lake. They're moving quickly, using both rowers and demons to speed their boats towards you. When the ferry reaches the shore, you quickly get off. New alarm bells continue to ring as the word spreads. Wasting no time, you run from the lake. Several minutes later, you're cresting a grassy hill on the outskirts of the city. I can't let you leave, a familiar voice says ahead of you. You see Miss Porter blocking your path. You suspect that she used the skill of a demon to get ahead of the rest of your pursuers, perhaps teleportation, gating, or even flight. You aren't sure. She has 3 identical demons summoned. They look like ogres with very thick skin, and they're all between 6 and 7 feet tall. They shuffle forward, clenching their fists as they approach. Poppy reaches for a rune bag, but one of the ogre-like demons punches her in the face, then pounces on her. That's fantastic. The demon's heavy fists rain blow upon blow on her face, threatening to bludgeon her to death. Petra draws her mace, but she isn't fast enough to stop another of the demons from lacing its fingers together and driving its enormous hands onto her head, dropping her to the ground. One of the big demons is getting uncomfortably close to you, and you realize that you won't be able to draw your weapon or cast a spell before it knocks you unconscious with one of its large fists. Swing my sword at Miss Porter, throw my dagger at Miss Porter, cast a spell to strangle Miss Porter, break the teacher's neck, shoot my old teacher with my bow and arrow. My archery's only at 33. My magic's at 100. Fuck it, we're going to try to cast a spell and absolutely fail. Alright, one of the demons punches you, blah, 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 and 0 health. Alright, sell the bag when I get a chance, throw the rune bag into the forest. Miraculously, you see Poppy, what the fuck ever, that one person on YouTube. Fight through the pain and reach for a rune bag. A small flat demon appears beside her. Poppy is unable to speak since most of her teeth have been knocked out. Oh, that's fucking terrible. You realize that she has no intention of you and trying to control the demon as you suspect that the creature is too powerful for her to control. A cloud of green mist wafts over the fat demon. Miss Porter immediately begins to choke, as does Poppy. The fat demon that's creating the poisonous mist then disappears back to its own realm as blood from Poppy's ears and eyes. The other demons also disappear as your old teacher falls to the ground dead. With great difficulty you get to your feet. You're pleased to see that Petro was far enough away from the mist to not been poisoned. She rolls over and sits up. Poppy, unfortunately, is dead. A moment later you see Zephyr, your warhorse, trotting up the road. You climb on to her. The sound of the footsteps signals the arrival of your friends. You hold up Taro's rune bag for a moment, contemplating what you should do with it. Fuck that rune bag. You throw the rune bag as far as you can. Lost rune bag. You listen for sounds of pursuit, but hear none. You suspect that you've either lost the other teachers or that they've already given up the chase. You flip through the book you stole from the master's library, hoping it contains what you need to defeat Zuzak. It contains absolutely nothing. You're lost, dead in the water. You give some pressure with your heels, and Zephyr starts moving, taking you... I'm at 0 health. Can I just be dead now? I fucking hate this game. The Alderheart Forest is nearly empty of demons, as it had been before you left. Tornasa is far away that only the occasional demon wanders far into your refugee camp. You see that the troops have doubled to nearly 100 since I've been gone. I can breathe for the first time. I fail all my skill checks. Yeah, yeah. Fuck my life. Fuck my country. We're all dead.